Back when I was 17, I bought my first ever car.
A 1.25 Ford Fiesta, just like this one.
It wasn't fast and it wasn't that special, but it was mine.
I spent hours dreaming about what I would do to it. Body kits, alloys, exhaust.
But the truth is, I didn't have the money, the tools, or the confidence to make that happen.
Now, more than 10 years later, I bought another one, identical to my first car. But this time, I want to do it properly. So in this episode, we've got a load of visual mods to fit to completely transform this car.
No big power, no engine swaps, just a 17-year-old's dream car brought to life.
First things first, lowering it and some wheels. When I had my first car, I did put wheels on. I didn't pay for them, I swapped them with my mum. My mum had the same generation Fiesta, but she had alloys. They were like these big chunky 5-spoke ones. They didn't look good. To me, they were alloy wheels, so they were better than these, but they weren't good. Changing it.
So did your mum have black centre caps then?
No, she would have had the original ones.
Oh, but I thought you painted yours black.
No, mine was silver.
Oh, wow.
I was not that much of a No, it's dangerous.
Do you want to show the wheels? Quite strong, actually.
It's because they're OEM Ford. Here are the new wheels. Now, I've wanted to buy these wheels for a Ford of some sort for a long, long time. And finally, they're going on a 1.25 litre Fiesta. We've got a set of Compromotive MOs. Now, there is a picture on the Compromotive website of a Fiesta. I believe it is an ST. It's quite nice. With these wheels on it. I saw it again and I was sold. Here they are. Brand spanking new. About 900 quid.
For that sort of money, for a set of genuine good quality wheels, is a steal.
They're not steel. But
sorry.
I'm taking the steel ones off. 900 quid when you're 17? You're not.
You don't have that.
You're not.
You're going, those £200 JRs look good. I like those.
Anyone got anything for like nothing?
So I started removing the old wheels to do a test fit.
That'll do. That is an 8-inch wide wheel. The other one is probably, I don't know, 2 inches, maybe 3. It is complete overkill. We obviously need some tyres on there. Before that, we need to get the strut out. Let's do some lowering.
And before we remove the struts, we started on removing the old brake discs and calipers for shiny new ones.
I don't know why I put that on, actually. Now I think about it, I'm about to take that out. But that's what it's going to look like. A Faber-Bilstein disc, new Faber-Bilstein caliper. Didn't really need it, but I wanted it to look nice behind the new wheels. This side's going great.
This side is not going great. Someone has been here before, perhaps with the mechanical sympathy of an orangutan. I'm hoping that we can get this done. If not, unfortunately, Benjamin is going to be running to the parts store and grabbing us a new brake line. Because that is the one upside of working on these cars. There's parts for this within shouting distance of here.
Am I going to the parts shop?
I think you are, Ben. Hold on. Yeah, you go. Yeah, you go.
All right, see you in a minute.
Bye. That's really kind of you. I didn't actually need one, but that's fine. I'm joking, I did. Replacement brake line secured, it was time to remove the struts.
What have you done?
Taken it out, haven't I?
Have you?
Yeah, there it is. I could have bought coilovers. I thought, I didn't lower anything at all when I was that age, so I thought I'm going to go with the age-appropriate thing, and that is a set of lowering springs. I spent a load of money on the wheel, so I thought, well, I'm going to have to compromise on the lowering. I'll just go with lowering springs. But these should... Why do they just look the same? But we've also got some new top mounts as well, and a few other bits, including these bellows. So this should look all much, much newer, and it should sit much more low.
So to remove the spring, I use something called a spring compressor.
Now, on a spring like this, it's probably not under that much tension, but this top mount here is holding that spring down. So if it is under a load of tension, bearing in mind it's meant to hold an entire car up on each corner, and you ping that bolt off, you can see what's going to happen. It's going to go ping.
So what will this do, Will?
Well, it will compress the spring, you f***ing idiot. As you can see, we are now compressing the spring.
However, as soon as I removed the tension on the bolt from the spring, the bolt wouldn't budge, which meant I had to do it on the floor.
Very small poo came out then. I had to put it on the ground because basically this bolt here was under no tension by the time I had it sort of slightly undone. So I had to put it under tension from the spring in order to get it to go. Change pants, clear the debris, have a glass of water, and then we'll carry on.
But then I realised, why have a glass of water when I could have a delicious Holy instead?
And if by now you somehow don't know, Holy makes better for you versions of the classic drinks that you'd find in shops, but without the sugar crash.
Each serving is just 20 calories and costs around 80p, so it's better for you and your wallet.
If you're new, you can start with their Starter Set Deluxe Kit, and from November 23rd until December the 2nd, there is £10 off when you order.
Plus, you can then add our discount code TDC5 for another £5 off. £15 off in total.
And get this, they have just dropped a new flavour, Cotton Candy Caterpillar, which is a new energy flavour, so I haven't tried it yet, but Will has, and he says it is insanely good, along with returning other flavours like Bubblegum Butterfly, Frosty Fox, and Woodruff Wolf.
So join the soft drink revolution, hit the link down below in the description and get your Holy now.
So use code TDC5 for £5 off of that starter set, and then use code TDC for 10% off any order after that. Now, let's get back to modifying this Fiesta.
Shut down!
There you go.
So I thought, rather have the strut out, we might as well change all of the bits that we can do. The strut is original, it looks okay, it's not leaking or misting or anything like that. But in the meantime, we got new top mounts and new bellows, and there is a new bump stop as well. Now these ones, they don't actually look too terrible, but this one's a bit haggard.
I got to work removing the spring, which went as well as my first attempt.
Oh. Grenade! Oh my God!
And then I noticed I'd managed to get the compressed spring stuck in the compressor.
Oh, that's as far as it goes. So that's where that lives now.
Why have you put it on there?
I couldn't. I had to put it on there because I needed tension on that upwards, but I needed to put it on the top of it to pull it out. That's
So Taylor got to work removing the stuck spring, and please do not try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
Yep. And there you have a lowering spring. You want to make sure that your springs are sitting up against the perch kind of end, and then up here, sometimes they'll have a little cover that sits on there that kind of stops the spring. Don't use the Widowmaker hooks. Lots of local garages will do like top mounts and for you. They have these. You can just ask them and pay them some cash to swap over springs for you. But as we were trying to fit the new spring, the top nut just wouldn't bite onto the thread.
more tension, perhaps.
So I took it off, cleaned the threads on the nut. Went to clean the threads on this. There aren't many left, which means, well, unfortunately, I think we're going to need a new shock absorber, which is really going to put a dent in Will's budget. Will, what are we looking at price-wise?
They're 45 quid each.
As a 17-year-old,
oh, yeah,
that's actually tough to hear.
Yeah, I'm scrapping the car.
That's like 2 days of working at the pub.
I might get 4.
I think maybe we do a full
This is
set.
going to be the freshest feeling Fiesta in town. So while we wait for those parts, we can't collect them till tomorrow morning, we can get the rears out. The rears are much easier than the fronts because all you really need to do to get them out is take that bolt out and that bolt out. So these are brake drums. They're not as nice looking as a brake disc. I'm painting them, but before some of you rotters, scumbags and ne'er-do-wells go, I do that, I'm not doing it red or yellow or green or luminous something, I just want to do them black. So that behind the wheel they look nice and fresh. Drum brakes, nothing pretty to look at.
So we removed the rear struts and springs, which were a lot easier than the front.
The fossilised remains of this are quite nice, I think. Maybe time for a change on that anyway.
So we have encountered the round bolt, and the round bolt is up there. There's only 2 of these bolts that hold in each strut, but we have this tool, which is called
The gear wrench.
gear wrench.
Other
Others-
brands are available for much cheaper,
Yeah.
but that's the one we bought for a Weird Tools episode.
We spent a lot, but it's basically designed so that when you put the bolt in, it will spin on it and then grip on all the sides, and then you can, whether he's round, square, triangular, the boy's coming out.
He'll get you. Yeah, that's sounding nice. Yeah! Now, if I was 17, I would have given up and cried.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
The next day, my new struts had arrived, and as I put them together, Edwin was fitting the tyres onto the new Compomotive wheels. With the new struts and springs assembled and back in the car, I moved on to my drum brakes.
Right, now before we move on to some bodywork bits, because of course I'm not going to leave it standard looking like this, I'm desperate to see what these are going to look like now that they've got tyres on and on the ground with the lowering springs. So,
With the new wheels and suspension fitted, I put it back on the ground, but it wasn't looking quite right.
now the front looks extremely high and the rear looks quite low. Come on, get down, damper. We may need to return to that, but we'll see if it settles a little bit more, because if it settles a tiny bit, it'll be perfect. If it doesn't, tough times.
So, brushing past the poor fitment for now, I moved on to the new bodywork.
One of the cars I dreamed of when I was 17 or 18 was a Z-Tech S or a Fiesta ST. My ambitions weren't that high, but that was all I wanted. Couldn't insure it, couldn't afford to buy it, probably couldn't even afford to run it. But if I did have the money back then, this is what I would have done. I would have made it look like one. So we've got the front bumper from an ST or a Z-Tech S. They were similar looking body kits. A rear bumper, a spoiler, and side skirts. So this should transform the way this looks. There's a couple of other small bits to do with the lights and a couple of other details and grills as well. You will also notice that my front bumper is black. That's fine. Lots of this stuff needs painting. This rear bumper is exactly the right color, but there's a lot of damage and there's this weird protective film there. So it's gonna need some paint. It may happen in another episode. Another mod that I really wanted to do when I was a teenager was a rear spoiler. A Z-Tech, which is like a couple models up from this one, had a small spoiler. It looked okay, but the Z-Tech S and the ST got this spoiler. Look at that. That is a proper spoiler. On these old Fords, they have these nasty plastic grills. It's like this sort of honeycomb-ish effect, but they go grey and horrible. This has been badly painted. These new ones, though, have got a much tighter, nicer mesh. It's a bit like what you might see on like a Mark II Focus RS or something like that. This will look way better, and it's a nice gloss black as well. Also got one for the top of the grill as well, which is why I won't need the new one, and a brand spanking new Ford badge for the front. So this is gonna look fresh.
I got to work fitting the new grille until I noticed something unusual.
What? Jay and I have just been deliberating over this because we tried to put just this grill in and it just didn't really fit properly. And we realised that this grill goes over the top of this grill, which I think is a bit dumb. We might at some point, not right now, I just want to do a proper test fit, is cut the middle of it out so that it at least looks like a new mesh. But this literally just clips into here. Do you want help? I've also bought this diffuser thing. So this is the standard rear diffuser. This is something that was very, very popular when I was younger. My friend actually did the same thing. You just buy these fins and then you just sort of nail them, slash screw them, slash bolt them in there. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm pleased with that. Now this mod, before we get onto the side skirts and the spoiler and other bits, it's one of my favorite ones. It was actually one of the first things I ever did to a car. Orange lenses. Works on some cars. Edwin Z36, fine, I'm cool with it there. But on this, I want a cleaner look. But fortunately, you can just upgrade to these. Isn't that just so much better? So much better. Next up is side skirts. Now, I'm fairly sure only the ST's got these side skirts, but managed to procure some side skirts in the correct color. I do have a jacking point cover for these, but I need to clean the area up first, because obviously it's pretty disgusting at the moment, and then we can try and get these stuck on.
We started by cleaning the area and then test fitting the side skirt so that Will could drill holes for the mounting screws.
Then we cleaned the insides of the skirts to prepare them for the silicone.
Siliconing complete, we fitted the side skirts to the car.
I don't think that's bad, and look, right
Now,
color as well.
As someone who's not that into body kits and things, a good an OEM side skirt can really set that off.
Right, final bit of bodywork, really.
The most important part,
that-
because any 17-year-old,
a spoiler.
a spoiler.
That is quite nice.
I'd have killed for that.
We're probably gonna have to drill some holes because we've got some sort of nubbins. We could cut those off and just stick it down, but we think it'll be more secure with bolts in it.
Yeah.
Bolt it down, maybe some sealant and some adhesive.
So it's time for some TDC famed fabrication. So this is just a paint pen. Well, it's not even a paint pen, it's just a marker. Right, now you place it on there where it's gonna wanna go. Yeah, happy there?
I think so.
Okay, and then come out. There we go. Now we have got 2 holes left, either side, for us to drill. Something you do whenever you cut a hole on metal, you need to cover it up with paint or primer or something. Now, kind of easy thing you can do, get some paint, spray some in there so you've got a little pool. Get some paint, on there.
So with the holes drilled and painted, we could finally fit the new spoiler.
We're bolting it, unlike a 17-year-old. And then just to give a little bit of 17-year-old flavour, we've got the double-sided tape.
That's win. I've got a couple other things I'm going to do right now. One of them being, I'm taking the badges off, so we'll do that right now. And then I'm also going to do a wiper delete.
Oh, I was going to ask if you were going to do that.
I do have the bung for it, so we'll get on that now.
We used a heat gun to melt the glue, then fishing wire to pry the badges off, which gave me an idea.
Now, I've taken the number plate off and cleaned the badges off. I need to give it a proper polish so that you can't see the remnants of it anymore. But while I'm here, there's another mod I bought. It's something I used to do all the time when I was younger, and I still do every now and then. Some cars I think do suit it. Your number plate lights, look at how boring they look. This is an entire replacement unit for that. So it's not just putting an LED bulb that badly fits in there, you're replacing it entirely with this. So I'm gonna swap them out. I like it, 17-year-old me would have liked it, and thus it stays.
Number plate lights installed, I got to work removing the rear wiper.
This is another one of the first few mods I did to my car back when I was younger because it's very, very cheap. And in the next episode with this car, we are going to be sorting the audio out, and I'm not going to be listening to any radio.
No.
I'm not listening to Chris Moyles and Nat from Devon who's calling in about, oh, my cat's dead. I don't care. Harry Potter! This is whack. Get rid of that and get yourself one of these.
That is the
A
stubbiest.
bee-sting aerial.
With the next mod complete, we moved on to the very cloudy headlights.
Now the headlights on this car they're disgusting. Look,
Yeah,
I'm surprised that even got through the MOT when we bought
Genuinely.
the car. But also on these lights, they have these orange lenses inside where the indicator is. There's a mod on these called a D-Tango. I've already showed you the clear side indicators, and now I need to clear those up with some new bulbs, and that means smashing things up. So this is the lens I want to get rid of. I want to see if I might be able to get rid of this one as well, but we'll see. There we go, clear bulb that flashes white, and then you can get these. Silver Tech, Silver Vision, there's a bunch of different names for them. Oh no! It's the wrong bulb.
With that frustrating discovery, I put the headlights back together and got them back on the car for polishing.
Bodywork is basically there. We're on to sound mods. Now, we did say, this series, no engine mods, no power mods.
No performance.
But we did say there are two caveats to that. Induction kit you're allowed, because no doubt we will be losing power with the induction kit.
Yeah, but noise.
And the other thing with this car is that it needs an exhaust because one, it's held on with a wire hanger, and the other, I need to fill the exhaust hole that I've got at the back. This is apparently an actual kit for this engine.
Okay.
And the 1.4 and the 1.6. Right, so we need to take the original one off, which has been nicely held in here with a self-tapper.
Oh, that's nice. Someone might need this. We should put this away properly.
Old airbox, neatly disposed of, we got to work installing the new cold air intake.
My cold air feed is,
Hey,
it's in the general direction of where the air filter is.
as 17-year-olds go, this is rocket science.
Yeah.
So this is well done.
There we go, that's the noise.
That is McDonald's car park, 8 p.m. on a Saturday night.
That's the noise from the front sorted. Next thing is the exhaust.
Exhaust back box on this, not looking too good. It's corroded quite a lot. Also, look.
Definition of Bluetooth exhaust.
Yeah, that is just not connected anymore. Some genius.
A engineer.
When looking for exhausts, I came across a brand spanking new Ford exhausts. Not even a cheaper aftermarket one. It's about 45 quid.
Also, which is impressive because the whole piece, right, Ben, come with me. Tip, back box, pipe. Here is the brake. That's one piece.
If you've ever heard of a cherry bomb, it's a little bit like that, but it's been painted black. This is a Hornet exhaust. This was about 75 quid, I think, for this piece. So it is going to need some cutting on the original exhaust, obviously, because the original exhaust is so long. But look at that. So with this one, as you can see, the pipe gets a bit smaller because you're meant to sleeve it inside the old exhaust like that.
And before fitting the new exhaust, we thought that we'd demonstrate how a 17-year-old might improve their exhaust noise.
That could just be your upgraded back box.
I mean, if you were 17, you'd go...
Couple holes in that, you go,
oh, okay.
Safety glasses equipped, I got to work grinding off the old exhaust.
put that through there and then zip tie.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry?
What was that you said?
Huh?
Just about what we...
Zip tie. I said we'll mount it properly.
Weld it, actually weld it like custom.
Like fabricate it.
So we finished up our legitimate fabrication job and reviewed Will's tip.
Do you know what? I'm going to say my tip's too small. That is too small, but that needs to be a bigger tip. That will have to be addressed. Not today, but at some point.
Yeah, that's a little pea shooter. Mashkina da. That's a tough one.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, if that was my first car, I'd be excited by that.
What a purr. 70 horsepower, 75 horsepower.
That's actually quite good. With a little...
This car is now looking not perfect. Obviously, it needs some paint and a few other bits, which we'll do in the next episode with this car. Next up for this car, the interior is not matching, and we've got some really cool audio upgrades for this as well. Next week, we're going to be working on Edwin's Golf, so make sure you subscribe, keep an eye out for that, and we'll see you next week.